This is Devotional number 67, and we're continuing to look at a passage we examined last week, which is Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Yesterday, we devoted part of the lesson to the subject of bearing fruit. This word for fruit here in this verse is Strong's number 2590. And we want to keep in mind that the result of suffering, as we have been learning, is that it produces fruit. That is the peaceable fruit of righteousness. And in the Bible, we discover one of the most magnificent aspects of God's character is his ability to cause both physical as well as spiritual fruitfulness. At the same time, the scriptures also warn about unfruitfulness. This is Strong's number G175, and it's exactly like 2590. The only difference in the spelling is it has an A, the alpha letter, in front of it, and that, of course, brings in the negative. And so that's why it's unfruitfulness as opposed to fruit. Now, let's look at some passages where the Bible warns about unfruitfulness. In Matthew 13:22, we read, He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Also, we can go to Ephesians 5:11, and there we find this warning, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Excuse me. Also in 2 Peter 1:8, we find this affirmation, For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. And Jude 12 makes a very terrifying proclamation. These are spots in your feasts of charity or love, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. As we've been discussing fruit, I would like to touch upon another principle that the Bible sets forth, and that of spiritually sowing and reaping. In John 4:36 we read, And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. We recognize that we are living in the day when there is only reaping taking place. The day of sowing, that ended on May 21, 2011, when God finished his program of salvation, and all the elect were brought in. The temple of God was finished at that point. We also read in Psalm 126, verse 5, this testimony, They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Also, Galatians 6, 7 through 8 exhorts, Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. The Greek word translated exercised in our passage here in Hebrews 12:11 is Strong's number 1128. And it pinpoints the process whereby one benefits from, and I should say spiritually, from the result of suffering. It's also used in the following three verses. 1 Timothy 4:7 states, "But refuse profane and old wives' fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness." Also in Hebrews 5:14, we read, "But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil." And lastly, 2 Peter 2:14 instructs, "Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children." It's worth noting that these first two passages have as the object of such exercise the positive aspects of godliness, discernment of good and evil, and chastening. In other words, it relates to one's spiritual edification. On the other hand, in 2 Peter 2:14, there's a negative connotation in this verse, which is used in connection with a heart or a soul that has been conditioned by all manner of sin.
Oh, clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with a voice of triumph, for the Lord Most High is awesome. He is a great King over all the earth. Oh, clap your hands, all you people, shout to God with a voice of triumph, for the Lord Most High is awesome.